outside the track, or if you're going to the race or the Panthers game this weekend, it is just going to be absolutely beautiful, says Chief Meteorologist Tara Lane. Even a little warmer than it's been the last few days. And let's get over to Tara. But also layers. That's going to be key this weekend for people going outside.
Especially, yes, because through the afternoon, we're talking about warmer temperatures. But then the later we get into in the evening, that's when, of course, we start to cool down pretty quickly, too, with that dry air and clear sky overhead. So that allows temperatures to warm up nicely during the day and then cool down quickly later at night. But yes, that Bank of America Robo 400 forecast out there at Charlotte Motor Speedway. For a lot of these NASCAR races, we have to worry about the weather, and the weather has certainly gotten in the way for several of these races here this season, but it is not going to be an issue, even though this is the one race they could race in a little bit of rain out there, but no rain in sight, not a drop. Right on through 6 o'clock later on in the evening. Of course, the race starts up right after 2 o'clock, and temperatures will be back up around 80 degrees by then. So yes, we are talking about a warmer weekend, warmer than today. Today's high up into the lower 70s. We got 71 right now in the Queen City with a light west-northwest wind. Dew points are real dry. Those numbers, when you see them in the 40s, that is just no humidity at all. Temps area-wide ranging from the upper 60s to lower 70s, and even up there in the mountains, a nice recovery from how cold it was this morning. We ended up right at freezing, 32 degrees up there in the mountains at Boone. But we have got high pressure in charge, so that's sinking air mass and squashing out the development of any significant cloud cover. So that's why we just have that crystal clear sky and plenty of stars overhead tonight. Backyard grilling, kick off the weekend, maybe doing that for dinner time. Just have at it. It looks great. Feeling again a little bit cooler by 7 p.m. Those temperatures backing off for more of us into the mid 60s. So a warmer weekend. Now mornings will still be chilly. We're talking about lows in the mid and upper 40s, but mostly clear right on through Sunday. Sunday's high warming up to about 81. I'll tell you what, we've had a pretty dry stretch since Helene, of course, and it's nice for all of the recovery and the cleanup up there in the mountains, but the rain chances, lots of zeros right on into next week. There's a minor chance of a little bit of rain coming in on Monday with our next front, and that front is going to cool us down even more going into next week. Tailgating forecast, we're talking about the Robo 400, and then of course the Panthers game, as Grace was just talking about on Sunday. If you're heading out there and grilling up some meats or having some food before the game with some friends or family through 3 o'clock, it looks great. Again, that temperature right around 80 degrees at kickoff or so, and then cooling back down through the 70s. Later we get into the game, staying dry throughout, and the southwest wind 5 to 12 shouldn't be an issue for the kicking game or anything like that. Mountain forecast, temperatures warming up for you all too by the end of the weekend, low 70s, but then look at the much cooler change coming for next week. So cold front passes with very little, if any, rain, but look at these highs during the day. We start colder in the morning, especially Wednesday. We could be looking at even slightly colder conditions. Some upper 20s can't be ruled out. Tuesday's high, it's going to struggle to break out of the upper 40s. Now down the mountain, of course, we're not quite that chilly, but we will still feel cooler going into next week in the wake of that front with that minor rain chance on Monday. Highs only in the 60s for a couple of days next Tuesday and Wednesday, Brian.